Like a boss.
Like a motherfucking
Like a motherfucking boss, man. Yo, so I remember like one of the most iconic movies that when I was young that really instilled this boss idea is just Scarface.
Yeah, you know,
right?
Fuck with money.
I mean, like, Scarface was that ultimate dynamic where a person was like, I'm not working for you.
Yeah.
I'm working for myself. We're gonna set up shop. We got plans. And you know, I've always been fascinated by that idea of like, man, if somebody else can organize it and get other people to work for them and then they become super rich, I can do that too. That's a simple enough concept, right?
Boss shit. Like a boss. You know
like a boss.
So, with all that being said, man, we back. Bring it to the table. Mike C. the Champ.
Jared Aja.
You know what I'm saying? And
AKA ATX Video Pro, AKA the Video Doctor. Sitting here with Mike C. the Champ.
You hear that? Everything he was just hitting you with was either a jab, an uppercut, maybe a right or a left hook. But you know what I'm saying? It's all about being a boss, man. That's what we talking about today, man. Bossing up, trying to win. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, being a boss, it ain't for everybody. You gotta have it in your soul.
It's hard.
You know what I'm saying?
Like it's not easy. It's easy to pretend to want to be a boss, but actions speak louder than words, right? And there's a lot of people that like think there's this facade that if you have the money, if you have the facade of success, then you made it.
Yeah.
And people, that's like the illusion. And the older we've gotten, the more we've realized that, man, you either own it or you're renting it.
Yeah.
From somebody who does own it.
Straight up.
And I don't want to be the one who has to rent it. I'm now in this like ownership mentality in my own life, and so are you.
Boss shit.
You know, and that's some boss shit. And so I just think that, you know, don't be deceived by the illusion. Right?
Straight
like
up.
you gotta be a boss.
Anybody can look like a boss. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can look like a boss.
Yeah.
You know,
go buy a decent shirt, some decent pants, and some shoes, and you'll be able to fool somebody. But I'm not in it for the fooling.
Yeah.
Like I want the real deal. Like security, and not security like somebody's gonna pay me in a paycheck security. I'm secure because I have set up assets and revenue streams that are passive in structure, and I'm like more strategy minded. You know what I'm saying? Like boss shit.
Like, you know, I always tell my younger people that I talk to, like my artists or my, you know, the kids. I always tell them, I was like, man, you can go work for somebody for 30 years and do one thing wrong, and them 30 years didn't mean nothing.
Man, and you see that? They make movies about those stories, and I look at those things and I find them to be tragic. And I'm like, I mean, there are other people, but why are people still buying into this idea of like being an employee? You know, before this you were saying that some people don't want to be leaders. Some people don't want to be bosses. You know why though? Because it takes a lot to be a boss.
It does.
It's like the leader is the one with the most arrows in his back.
Yeah.
Because you're leading the charge. People just, hey, I don't like how you did that. Hey, I don't think you should have made that decision. Hey, I don't like that you're winning so much. You must be cheating. You must be doing something wrong or dirty. You can't just help if I'm fucking a winner and I'm winning and I got my shit together.
I feel like it's been like that for a while, but I feel like it's more so now that we're in a state of where everybody thinks someone owes them something. You feel me? Like instead of going out and getting it and doing the hard work, having the failures and accepting the success when it comes, you know what I'm saying? People don't want to do that no more, bro.
And why do you think that is?
I think they don't want to do that because shit, they got to do the work. Like you say, being a boss is work, man.
Yeah.
Like you got to accept when you at the bottom that it's cool. I'm here right now, but I don't want to be here. You know what I'm saying? And when you get to the middle, you like, this cool, but this still not where I want to be.
Yeah.
And then when you do get to the top, and you still got your mind frame never changes.
Yeah.
Because the boss always feels like we need to figure out how to be better.
how to do
every time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if we may bring it to the table and we did bring it to the table like this, every step of the way we should be getting better. You feel me?
Hey, we didn't have a TV. Now we got a TV with the logo. What's up? Everybody like the logo?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so again, there's that illusion, man, that like, if you get the car or a good job, like that's all you need to be successful. But like, as a young person, you may think that's true, but as you get older, you realize there's so much more to having like a well-balanced, successful life. Because it's not just money, it's also mental, physical, spiritual. You gotta have so much balance in growing as a mature person.
It's a lot mental.
Yeah.
A lot. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like a lot of the people still in that mindset, like you owe them, and that has to do with their mental.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, nobody owes you anything. You know
that's part of the problem, like being spoiled.
You know, I've helped many people. You know, I don't bitch, I don't complain no more. It is what it is.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? I accepted it, but I also accepted I want it to be better for me now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You taking a chance on them was also you taking a chance on yourself.
Yeah.
Right? You just happened to be the byproduct or the bystander that got to benefit off of my fucking grittiness.
Yeah, so I'm kind of like
I'm spending with money on people because it's for me. You just happen to be getting the money because you're good at something.
I know we in Texas, but I feel like now it's kind of like the show me state. Everybody, if you don't show somebody something, it's hard for them to believe. You know what I'm saying? So instead of me telling all them artists, hey man, you know, hey, if you do it like this will work. Because people got their own vision for what they want to do.
Yeah.
And I'm just using music because I'm a musician.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They got their vision for what they want to do and how they think because what they see on the internet. Like, and I always tell the young cats, man, you don't see real rich people, bro. You don't see Jay-Z.
That's right.
You don't see Bill Gates just out walking around in his Bugatti with 5 million change. You don't see that.
It's the people that gotta show it all the time.
Yeah, dope.
I've been conflicted with that, like I'm more successful and happy in my life than I've ever been, but I post less, and I'm not on the social media like that. Like, I'll go and I'll look at it and be like, there's really no need. I just don't feel a need. Like, things are so good, and things are changing so fast to the positive, that I'm just going with the flow and going with that, enjoying the ride.
It gets to a point, social media is more for promotion for us.
Yeah,
you feel me?
For my businesses and brands.
It's not to say, hey, look at me, look what I got.
Before when I was in the beginning of the journey, dude, I was posting all the time. I'm at Torchy's Tacos. I'm in a BMW. I'm doing another video shoot. Like, I do so many video shoots and do so many cool things. I'm like, that's just the way of life at this point. Like, I don't even need to brag because when you see me, you will know. Like, this book I was reading is called Winning, and he was talking about how winning is a non-verbal language, and people who talk about winning in and of itself is not winning.
Yeah.
Because your winnings should do all the talking for you.
For real. You shouldn't have to say nothing.
My name should precede me before I enter places. Like, that's Mike C. the Champ.
Yeah,
fucking 1.5 million streams on Spotify on his last single. Like, fucking...
Straight up.
Like, straight up. Like,
I get that.
I get that. Jared Aja, like, the dude makes killer freaking videos before I go anywhere. That's the vibe. Yeah. So... that's important. So yeah, that's it.
And I feel like all that shit come with hard work. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's mainly what being a boss is. Hard work gonna come, and you gotta be willing and accepting to do that shit. I say accepting because people start off willing to do it, but then mentally you get to a point to where you like, damn man, this shit ain't making the money I thought it was right away.
Yeah.
And
it's not happening quick enough.
I need to do something else. In reality, you don't need to do nothing else because you were making more than you were making before.
Right.
Or you should be, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like, you got to accept that shit. You got to accept that being a boss don't come overnight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't wake up and be like, you know what? I quit my job. I'm a boss.
I'm a boss.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a boss. I quit.
I'm a boss. Hey, did you hear? I'm a boss.
Yeah, hey, I'm calling all the homies. Hey, we bosses.
Yeah, we quit.
Nigga, what? I'm not quitting shit. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah.
But
it don't work like that.
It don't.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you gotta go do the work, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta start from. You can't jump from the ground into the top of the ladder. You can't do that.
One of the most humbling experiences for me, man, is to like, as now I'm in my 30s, like I'm realizing that there's the ups and downs, and I'm in the ups and downs right now to where I'm like, I'm making a giant step in my life, right? I'm saying, hey, I'm worth this much, I want to be at this level. So I've made some moves that allowed me to downgrade and get really small and humble.
Yeah.
Things are still amazing. Like, I'm not running away out of struggle. What I'm doing is I'm preparing for a place of strength for me and my family. And so I'm at a place now where it's like living very humble, man, even though things are good. It's so mental. It's like the things don't matter. The clothes don't matter. What matters is the purpose, the mission, what I'm going after, me feeling happy and positive about my journey and what I'm doing every day. That's the win.
I know I said this before, but like I tell people all the time, man, when I'm at my spot or I'm home chilling, man, I don't look like this. And none of you do your favorite rappers.
Yeah.
They do not walk around with their gold on and they chain. I don't, bro. This is my work clothes.
No, right, I dig
it. You feel me? And
I don't always wear tight jeans.
Yeah, like understanding what assets are. You know what I'm saying? This is gold. You know what I'm saying? It has value all the time.
Totally.
You know, I don't really care for gold, but I love movies. Movies have no value.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Because you started with a VHS, DVD, Blu-ray. Now, you know what I'm saying? They don't have no value. They're going to just
stop making to your brain in a second.
They're gone. You know what I'm saying? And
we're going to have shared experiences.
That's one of my like biggest problems, man. I love movies, so I spend money on movies and shit. You feel me?
Okay.
But like this right here is an asset. This is my work clothes. You know what I'm saying? So my only vice that I really think is fucked up for me as a boss is I buy a lot of movies, which I shouldn't have to. So many. I got these streaming services too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
but not everything's available. Like, we were trying to Google and find the Super Mario Brothers, because I wanted to show it to my kids.
Oh, the older one, right?
The movie.
So that you found it?
It is, and I Googled it, it is not on any streaming platform anywhere.
I thought it was on Tubi.
Nope.
Oh, well.
You have to get it on DVD. I don't know what happened, what the special meanings, and why they're trying to hide that information. Yo, you know, when you watch it, it's all about control, man. Yeah. One person wanted to control Koopa, the whole city, and be the king, whatever, and merge everything. But there's either people like the drones, and then there's people like the Mario Brothers who are gonna fight back. Yeah. Some boss shit.
That's what I was saying. I was just saying we have these vices as bosses, and we gotta know and accept them as well. You know what I'm saying? Because shit, being a boss costs money.
Yeah.
You feel me? And you gotta make money. You know what I'm saying?
As a boss, other people want money from you. Like, I'm having to pay employees and people to do things for my business, and I'm having to pay out. People are expecting money from me. Yeah. That's boss shit. Yeah. You know?
Like when I tell artists, y'all need to market, you know, and it's like, wow, man, it's just like you going to your job, bro. Like I tell them, I say, you gotta buy your uniform, you gotta put gas in your car, you gotta get you something to eat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All that shit costs money for you to go to work all them times and then get a check. It's the same thing with the music. That's what I was saying. You put money into your marketing, and you market it, and then you get a check.
That's right.
But if you don't market it, you don't get no check. Yep. You feel me?
I believe in that the formula for success is exposure.
Yeah.
You know, being virtually invisible is no good for anyone. So it's like, figure out how to get comfortable in front of the camera. Figure out how to make videos and photos. Like, there are different styles, there's different ways to do it. Like, every person that wants to be a boss, like, you can't be the boss of nothing.
Yeah,
you have to have something, right?
Yeah.
Start a fashion brand, a media company, a fucking... If you have an iPhone, you can be doing photo shoots and videos for people. Real talk.
Straight up.
I remember having a video I was doing A-Town production with no computer and no camera.
I remember.
I was out there putting deals together. I didn't own a computer. I was having to find an editor, rely on people, borrowing people's cameras and shit. Probably borrowed your camera a couple times. I mean, real talk though, like, I chose something and I decided to do everything necessary to build something tangible. You know, I was talking about before this, it was like, it was hard for me. Okay, we were talking about this concept of the Renaissance man.
Yeah.
And like one of the greatest tragedies for myself that I deal with is downplaying the superiority of my Renaissance man qualities. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm good at music, I'm good at speaking, I'm good at business, I'm good at, you know, people and relationship. I try to be good at so many things. I can build you a house and fix your car. I'll do it all, man. I'm here. What's up? So, but anyways, one of the greatest tragedies is when we downplay that within ourselves and we stop putting ourselves in environments and places where we have the opportunity to expose those inner qualities, you know?
Yeah.
Part of this podcasting and us doing this is like, look, man, you're good at music, I'm good at running a media business, and we're still good at so many other things. Let's do this, because we both know how to carry a conversation, and so this is us doing more than what is necessary or required, and that right there is some boss shit.
Straight up. Like I said, that's just, you know, like I said, you can't jump from the ground to the top of the ladder.
You gotta put it in, put in that work.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta take them steps. All that shit is necessary, man. The success is in the failure. That shit is necessary. You know, and being a boss, man, comes with great responsibilities, man. Because, like you said, you usually have employees that need something from you.
Well, you work up to that, yeah.
But what I want y'all to not do is, when you do become a boss, don't forget what it feels like to be an employee. You feel me? Man, make sure you stay humble. I remember Tom Hardy.
Okay.
Like that famous quote, you treat the CEO, you treat the janitor with the same respect as the CEO, man.
Yeah.
I believe in that shit.
I believe in that too. I was raised with that message. You know, I'm the type of person that can just talk to anybody. Because I respect everybody as long as they show me respect. And, you know, it's good stuff.
Yeah. Respect.
Respect.
You know what I'm saying? Being a boss, man. It's you know, I mean, it could be a great thing and it could be a horrible thing, you know?
This is what I wanted to kick back into that. Mike, what does it take to be a boss? Like, what are some of the first steps a person has to take to be like, you know what, as of today, I'm waking up and I'm a boss. And so what are those steps? Because actions speak louder than words.
You gotta know what you want to do.
Okay, selecting
That's like
something.
The biggest thing, you know, you have to know what you want to do. Like you say, you can't be the boss of nothing.
Can you pick 5 things, or do you have to pick one thing?
5? Like for me?
No, I'm just in general. If a person is like, I'm asking a question on behalf of people, right?
Okay.
Should I pick one thing to focus on, or should I pick, I have 5 ideas right now. Should I pursue all 5, or should I pick the one?
It depends.
Okay.
Like I always, there was a quote that you can be great at a few things, or you can be good at a lot of things.
Yeah, right.
But if you're good at a lot of things, one of those good things might end up being great.
Yeah.
And you weren't even trying for that.
There's something about throwing paint on the wall and seeing what sticks.
It's kind of like fishing. You throw that bitch out there. You don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
But you reel in. I mean, something comes.
So I think if you pursue that type of thing where you're in the process of throwing paint on the wall, trying a lot of different things because you don't know which idea will break, a big part of that season of a person's life is self-awareness.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you have to be awake enough, ears open, eyes open, to sense when things need more life and when some things need to be killed off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because some people will just be bullheaded and be like, no, this is what I'm doing. There's not seeing no fruit, no signs of nothing. The marketplace isn't even suitable for a success story. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's things that go into it. A lot of it is education. I was talking to my son.
I was just gonna say that. Man.
Yeah.
You know, being a boss, some bosses they feel like they know everything. You know, and a lot of those bosses may win doing it like that. But like me, I'm always willing to gain more knowledge, you know what I'm saying, from anything.
Yeah.
Because I never know when I might need that, you feel me? Or when I might use that and whatever I do, you know, because and just to have that knowledge, somebody might need it from you.
See,
you know
okay, that leads back to the Renaissance idea, like a person who is just seeking truth and knowledge. You know, that's the quality that a boss has. Like, a boss is somebody that just has awareness enough that's like, hey, I can put this together. That's nothing. If you pursue a little bit of truth and knowledge on how something works, and you get a little skill and experience in it, well, man, it's just about time to where you ask enough people to give you some business, and then they'll give it to you, and then you build something off of that, and then you get momentum. Now you are living as a boss. You know, so as you were saying, man, you got to choose something. You got to be self-aware enough to know, like, the things you start, should they continue to live, or do you need to kill them off and then niche down and focus on the thing that's providing you results?
And what do you think the most important thing is being a boss? Like, after you done picked what you're gonna do, kind of narrowed it down, whether it's a few of them, what do you think is the most important, I guess, what I say?
I know what you're saying, yeah. No, okay, I have a great story for this. Yesterday, we just moved to a new city, and just outside of Austin, and I took my son to a barber shop, and it was a cool little spot in the city. There was only 2 barber shops in this place, and here's this young dude who you know, had a cool hip little barber shop, man. And so we start talking, and he asked me that same question. He was like, man, what was the hardest thing for you in leveling up your business? Like, as a boss, right? Because he's running a barber shop, I run my media company and other things, and I knew the answer right away. And the answer is this, man. It was the mentality to level up and say that I was worth what I knew I was worth.
Yeah.
That was the hardest part, the mental work that it took. I remember when I was doing videos for $100, $500, $2,500, $5,000. Now I'm getting bigger checks. Like, the progression. But what was that? Like, necessarily my video skills didn't get better. It was the way I packaged my turd and was able to be like, I had to put respect on my creative.
Yeah.
I did a post a long time ago, and it was like, nobody will respect your creative until you respect your creativity.
Yeah, straight up. Until
you think that you're worth that money because what you're providing has that value, you're never going to be able to ask for more. Yeah. So it took my inner process to be like...
I feel like somebody's always going to have something to say about your worth, you know what I'm saying?
But then, I'm not here to argue with anybody about my worth. Man. I set my fucking worth. You don't set it. I don't care if you don't think that I'm capable or worthy enough to ask for this or get this or experience certain things.
But that's that boss mind frame.
That's that boss mindset. Like, I'm getting this shit because I am in alignment with my purpose, and the universe is providing to me what I seek and what I ask for and what I am frequency and vibrating at.
And I feel like being a boss, the most important thing that you could be aware of is time.
Time is huge, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I help a lot of artists, and I got some younger artists. I try to explain to them, look, this is what I did.
Yeah.
You know, and like, that didn't work for me, but if you want to try it, these were my results. You know what I'm saying? So they can form their own opinion and see how it works. But,
Yeah.
you know, if I had somebody like me teaching me back then, you know, I wouldn't have fucked up 2 record deals. You feel me?
I try to be the person that I needed.
Yeah.
That I've like as
Exactly.
a younger person,
Yeah.
I was always looking for that one person to be like, Jay, I got it. This is how you do what you're trying to do, man.
Yeah.
Look out for this. Do it like this. Never say this to people and always say this to them.
Now that you say that,
Now what?
Now that you say that,
Okay? Shit.
if you could go back and tell your younger self anything, what would you tell them? I say about 25 years old.
Yeah, no, it's exactly what I just got done saying, man.
You would tell them that?
It's all in your head.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to get better. Like, this is the biggest thing for me, man. Like, I always hear stories of people that are less experienced and less talented getting bigger contracts and bigger deals.
Yeah.
That dynamic I've always seen and heard, and it's like, how does that work? No, they were just lucky or whatever. No, some people just got the balls to get a sniff of something and put something together structured like a proposal or an idea, and then pitch that idea, and then somebody says yes to it, and then they are truth seekers and knowledge seekers, and then they go put that idea together and pay other specialized skilled people to help support that idea that they got funding for, and now they're fucking paid, and they just put it together.
Do you think it would have been different if you went back and told your younger self those things?
You know, I everything would be different, but I don't want it to be different because, again, like I was saying, the facade of getting to that abundance of money and cars and opportunities and all that, like, I'm in alignment with abundant opportunities and money already. Like, everything I need, I have. Everything I want is already coming to me.
Yeah.
So, like, what I'm now going after, now that all those things are done and I'm living in abundance, now it's like the inner work of being more mature and a better fucking human being.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's what
money ain't fucking shit.
That's
like,
what I meant about the ladder, man. Like, hearing that, it's just like, we took the steps. We didn't skip steps.
It took me 20 fucking years to get to this place. If I wanted to be more successful, you know what? I wouldn't have had my kids. I wouldn't have stayed in my 18-year relationship. I would have been solo dolo, lone wolf, and I would have been a nasty motherfucker to be successful. To get my money. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could be that dude.
Like the cat from the Founder.
I could be the, the Wolf of Wall Street. Mm-hmm. I could dedicate my life to calls and sales and fucking winning at that level. But you know what? I have zero addictions except, smoking some Mary Jane and hanging out and eating lots of good food. That's I'm not on pills. I don't drink alcohol really. My life is a well-balanced, positive, fulfilled, meaningful life. And I'm spending that time with my children and my family. We're building legacy. We're educating ourselves on how to buy and own businesses and revenue streams. And
I mean, that's why I say, I think...
That's the game.
I think I would tell my younger self, hey, man, the way the game works is probably exactly how you thinking.
Yeah. Don't second guess it.
Yeah, don't second guess it. Just go do what you think.
Yep.
Make sure, because most of the time when something goes wrong, there was something telling us, hey, I don't know. That's why people don't just dive in right away. Even the risk takers, they don't dive in right away.
Yeah.
Because it's something telling them, I don't know, man, you might not want to do that. But then you do it anyway.
Those are risk takers. I am a risk taker, man.
Yeah.
I have stories for my kids, or I'm jumping off of cliffs, and I'm like, it's like crazy things. I am a risk taker, but that's part of that boss personality.
Yeah.
I don't know one boss, not on no field, job site, production
that didn't take no
team
risk.
that is like not a risk taker. I only do as I'm told, and I only do what they when they tell me to do it. Top 5, like, bro, ain't nobody entrusting you to get nothing done.
Yeah,
because people pay for results, not like whatever. So, okay, did you have a role model for that type of attitude? That boss mentality, like, I'm doing my own thing, I'm taking the risks, you can look at me crazy and have an opinion about it, but you are irrelevant because I found and chose my mission.
Yeah, my uncle was a boss, man.
Really?
A lot of my uncles, man, they eventually just figured out how to do stuff for themselves, you know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
One of my uncles had, like, my Uncle EJ, he ended up getting him, like, a dump truck, started doing this, you know what I'm saying?
Man,
just
that's...
different type of stuff,
I like
man,
that.
you know what I'm saying? Like, my whole family, I feel like I'm from the country, so we had to, they would go get jobs, but they would have jobs that they made,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Okay, I had that as well. My grandpa was, an illegal immigrant that came from Mexico, got kicked back, deported a couple times, ended up marrying my grandma and staying. But his whole life, he was a famous radio DJ for Spanish radio in Chicago. Then he owned his own businesses and like wood refinishing, and he always had that entrepreneur, HVAC, carpet cleaning, all those things. And then same with all my uncles, and then same with my dad. And then here I am, no surprise, where I have that same attitude, and I've been able to model off of their journeys. And now here I am, I feel like I'm a lean, mean, entrepreneurial machine, you know what I'm saying? And I'm teaching that to my children about value and how to price things and how to put yourself in positions of strength. Because look, when you're depending, like here we are, man, people talking about, recession and, it's blah, 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 and everything's crashing, but you know what? I'm recession proof, man.
Yeah.
I'm creating revenue streams and assets, and we got land, and I got 7 heads of cow right now. We about to chop some up. It's like I got some meat for sale.
Come on,
I'm slinging meat.
Slinging meat.
But it's it's like no matter what, we are going to be good.
Yeah, straight up.
Food, water, electricity, space, land, ammunition. What's up? On a future episode, we have a special guest, Phil Traina, who and his episode is going to be called Recession Proof, and it's going to be the tagline is bullets, bourbon, Rolexes, and real estate.
Yeah.
Recession proof. So I'm excited to have that conversation because I think everybody is interested, or at least their ears are opening up a little bit more to this idea of not completely relying on the infrastructure that's provided to you.
And see what's crazy is...
It's an easy way of saying it.
Like when you're an employee, you kind of worry about the recession, but not as much. But when you're a boss, you really worry about the recession. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to be kind of like, well, how's the business going to go?
Yeah, sure.
You know what I'm saying? If everything is both supposedly in a recession,
yeah,
and it just came out. We over here having a good conversation. Boom, boom, boom.
It's the bear that says it.
I thought we was watching a movie for a second.
Oh man, that was
man. Being a boss is basically...
It can be scary, but you know what? This is the time where it makes me hungry. Okay, like I was saying, I kind of downgraded my lifestyle to make a big move in the near future.
Yeah.
And so that has made me I was very comfortable, bro. Every day. I lived in a nice home, nice subdivision. Everything is comfortable, man. Everything was way too fucking comfortable. And I felt myself getting a little soft. And you know what? I need to be a killer. I need to be in beast mode. Even I told my wife, I said, you know what? A beast can never truly be happy, because then he will not be a beast.
Yeah.
So fucking woman, leave me be. When you see me in beast mode, I'm out here conquering shit.
Yeah.
And that's when I just need to be in them vibes. Yeah. Because as that man, as that masculine, that's what I do, man.
Yeah. That's what,
you know? But again, you have to have balance, right? Yeah. But when I realized that I had to change my environment, put myself into a more humble environment, because now I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Woo! I'm extra hungry, man. I showed up today. We shooting an episode. There's no more BS. There's no more excuses. I'm not ready. I don't know what to say. We're showing up and we are doing. Bosses take actions, and other people talk about the actions bosses take.
And being a boss is basically having ownership.
Yeah.
Ownership. You have ownership in something you can pass down.
How you the boss and you don't own it?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Damon Dash said that shit. I
love Damon Dash.
Did you see that on Breakfast Club when he told him, say, man, DJ Envy, you can't go give...
You can't pass this down to your kids. Yep. You know you're spot at the radio station.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I mean in being a boss. You got ownership, man. You own some shit.
And then you can own anything, man. Yeah. A sticker line. Everybody should have a sticker line. Everybody should go write a book. Everybody should go come up with a course. Everybody should start some type of specialized skill that they can charge people for, and it'll teach them about business, a product, e-commerce, pricing, finances. It'll make you a better person if you have something that you're pursuing and nurturing.
Even employees know how to do something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. They know how to do something great. They just don't want to tap into that. I
was talking to somebody the other day, like they're a waiter at a high-end steak restaurant. And we were talking for them about and he averages like 30% tips, and so we're coming up with a course for him on how to be a kick-ass fucking waiter and get 30% plus tips.
That's wild.
He's an employee, but man, he's about to make a side hustle. Yeah. And if 1,000 people buy his course for $100? No, $10. What is that?
10,000. Lick.
Dude.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, man. It takes
work. It can take you a week to do that, and then you make that money for the rest of your life, and you can pass that on to your kids.
Yeah.
You make 10 more.
It takes work.
Yeah, it does take work.
Work and the mental. You gotta have a mental for it, because you gonna lose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I tell people, man, I don't necessarily know what to do most of the time, but I for sure as hell know what not to do.
Shit.
I've been in so many situations just with the video game, like showing up to video shoots and being a producer, director, cameraman, editor, colorist, promoter.
Yeah.
Being in all those spaces so many times at the bottom, I have failed, and I just know what not to do. And I've formulated patterns and systems that allow me to do and produce things and create deliverables every time. But only through that failure. I've eaten the shit and the dirt. You know what I'm saying? And the embarrassment. The very first fucking episode, man, we had that situation that I talked about where I did some when I was young and first starting out, I did some photos for somebody and they didn't turn out too good. I saw them and was like, hey man, it was like 15 years ago, but I know I didn't do a great job on them photos. I apologize. And it's all love, and I hope it's all love.
Yeah.
And it was, obviously, but I'm not too ashamed because I was taking a chance on myself.
Yeah.
Right? I was putting myself in uncomfortable situations to grow. From that situation, I take great photos now.
See?
You know what I'm saying? Anybody needs some photos around me and my fam? We got photos.
Yeah, it's all about learning and growing too, man. Though I say now you can't have enough knowledge, man.
Yes, you cannot.
If you're a boss and something happens, I'm not saying you need to be a plumber. Say your fucking sink broke. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you need to go tighten something up.
Yeah.
Shit, that's just some knowledge you might have got from somewhere else. You don't have to be a plumber.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's your business, so you want to take care of your shit. You feel me? And that comes with shit that you learn along the way. Like, I'm not a videographer. I don't do what you do.
You know, that's props to you. That is I was about to ask you, what's the latest thing that you've learned that isn't your specialty? And video, man.
Yeah.
You hit me with that clip this week, and you did a podcast on you were a guest on somebody else's podcast, and you made your own Instagram reel with your clip and a thing at the top and the text. Boom! And I was just like, that's awesome.
You know what I'm saying? Like what I say, like when you're around bosses, you can learn from bosses.
Yeah.
You taught me that. You feel me?
Yeah.
And you just like, and I'm a boss, so I know I've taught people other stuff, and I've learned from. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say you can never stop learning.
Absolutely, and you know what? I totally agree, man. And that's just a kudos story to you in adapting and living that boss type of life.
Yeah, and I, you know, like I said, you can own anything, fam. Anything. It don't matter what it is. Like you just, if you don't do it for yourself, do it for some people around you, your kids, your mom. You know what I'm saying? Everybody deserves a chance to be a boss.
Yes.
You got to give yourself a shot to be a boss. You know what I'm saying?
They say the cost of entry is participation.
That's it.
Everyone has unlimited potential, but for those in the face of opportunity or adversement, they will either cower and turn away and be like, I'm not ready, I'm not up for that, that sounds scary, or they will be like, fuck you, let's do it, if it crashes and burns, so be it, but it ain't gonna kill me, because I'm a survivor, you know, and I'm gonna keep moving and failing forward, you know, and that's the type of shit that we're talking about. I never understood
what that meant until I got older, that failing forward.
Yeah, right?
You fail, you accepted it, and you keep going.
I thought once you win, you're a winner.
Yeah, but you fail, you come back to the winning too.
That's the biggest illusion. Once you win, like, life is not about getting one win.
Yeah.
That's why the whole cheating, killing, stealing thing to get to the top makes no sense, because it's like, one win will only sustain you for a little bit.
Yeah.
The key to mature success is like, how do we keep winning, and how does the winning get even easier with even bigger results?
Yeah.
That's that boss shit.
That Elon Musk, you know what I'm saying? That nigga, what did he do first? What was
he made PayPal.
That's what it was. You know what I'm saying?
And then he invested all that money into SpaceX.
PayPal, and you know, like you said, you can be good at one thing or.
Yeah, he's a great story of that. You know.
He a beast, bro. Like, I don't really know that dude personally. I just see what he does, man. I mean, like.
Elon, come to the podcast.
Yeah.
Bring it to the table, Elon.
Tesla. Let me ride in one of them Teslas. But yeah, man, like that dude, like watching him, like he going through that shit with Twitter right now, but watching all that shit and seeing all the stuff that he did, and it just started from PayPal. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like Steve Jobs started from a garage.
Yep.
Like people, like that's why I say, man, give yourself a chance to be a boss.
Microsoft started on someone else's code.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, I dig it. You know, so just to recap, right? Part of being a boss is choosing something to be a boss at.
Yeah.
Not being afraid to throw some paint on the wall, but being self-aware enough to where you know what needs to live and what needs to die.
Yeah.
And then once you go through that process, then you have to stay motivated and positive and stay hungry and surrounding yourself with other bosses and only like boss-like energy.
Yeah.
Because or higher, because we know that everything is doable. Once you have the belief in yourself that you're capable to do anything you put your mind to, then you like realize that you're one step away. You're one step away from knowing the one thing that will help you do what you need to do.
Straight up.
Boom. I know it's wordy, but
before we ride, I want to lead y'all with this. When you become a boss, you're a boss. That is your business. Run it as such. You mean, you might be a little bit more lenient to your friends and family, but lenient does not mean free. You know
as I say, it's not personal.
Yeah,
it's
business. Your friendship want to pay you more than other people.
Yeah.
They should support you. You know what I'm saying? And if your friends don't support you, them are not your friends, period.
That's the self-awareness, you know? Like, those are the lessons where you can't really learn until you experience it.
Yeah.
Like, nah, man, he's the homie. Give him a chance.
Yeah.
And then you realize my definition of friendship and loyalty is way different from other people's.
Yeah.
Or we just agree to disagree on what that definition is.